Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to a new episode of When You're Delusional, You're Gonna Be on TikTok. I do hope you're gonna enjoy the video, so let's just get into it.
This is my version of de-influencing women in your 30s. I know that there are many mum influencers out there, mum talk, mum Instagram. You do not have to have kids. Number two, you do not have to buy a house. It is perfectly okay to rent. And the third one, it is perfectly okay not to have a partner. You can be single if you want to.
Alright, I don't know what de-influencing women means, but sure, okay. Thank God women everywhere have you now. I can't imagine what would they ever do if they didn't met you. Maybe live their lives the way they see fit, doing whatever they think it's best for them. Nah, who wants that? But let's see, you do not have to have kids. No one has kids because they have to. I bet they didn't knew that, but again, lucky for them to have you. Then number two, you do not have to buy a house. Well, sure, but what if I can afford to buy a house? Wouldn't make sense to buy a house and then save the money that I would have paid on rent instead of paying rent and make someone else rich? But this could be the difference depending on where you live. Everyone buys and not rent here. Well, everyone that can afford to buy. Because for us, somehow it makes more sense to pay, let's say, $500 to the bank instead of paying someone else $500 to rent. And last, you can be single if you want to. Again, what would they ever did if they didn't had you to tell them that? And I believe it was Chris Rock that said, I can drive my car only using my feet. That doesn't make it a good idea. You know, just something to consider. Or maybe something you should have considered when you could have still get a partner.
Guys, did you know that one of the #1 fantasies women have is around being taken? A lot of women love physical intensity in the bedroom, but a lot of guys are scared to give them that physical intensity for good reason. A lot of guys care and they're afraid to hurt us. But what if you had permission to hurt us? Not that we actually want you to physically hurt us, but what if you could trust us to let you know when you've gone too far? Because in my experience, most guys are more timid than they actually need to be. And if we communicate and I give you feedback along the way, take spanking for example. Give your girl a spank and ask her to give you a number from 1 to 10. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the most intense. Maybe you thought it was a 7, it was actually a 4. If you find out, then you could know how much intensity that you can actually give her and give her the sensation she really wants.
Do we know you all like to be taken? First of all, it's not all. Second of all, yeah, you watched that 50 shades of pile of dog crap like it was the best thing ever created. Yeah, we know that. Do you know we're not all into that? Sometimes, yeah, a little spank takes you an extra mile. But even still, not everyone is into that. That's something you communicate to your partner. And if you both like the same things, it's gonna work out fine. If he's not into that, that's still something you both need to work on. Or if he's not a partner and is just a hookup, you're gonna be disappointed either way.
If a man in his upper 30s is asking you out and you...
And no, he's not insecure. No, he's not a predator. And no, it's not that nobody wants him. Anything, if I'm not mistaken, women like older guys because they have this idea that he's more mature and he's financially stable, blah, 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 blah. I don't know why he doesn't want women in his age bracket. It's because their lack to pair bond. Most of them. Emotional baggage. Pessimistic personality. I have a crazy ex or baby daddy. Like, all of those usually comes with women in their late 20s and 30s. Even though you guys think my page is about bashing women, no, it's about preventing you young little chickens out there, you spring chickens who think you want to copy those girls in their late 20s and 30s. You're fighting against your clock for a reason. Please reserve your femininity. Don't be the chicks on TikTok and social media crying and leave all these sad-ass quotes. Leftovers, I hate to tell y'all. Because they aren't the one dictating the dating market. They're the leftovers for a reason. You can deny all you want that you're not living to be in a relationship, but it will come. Your time will come where you will want to be in a relationship. To think wise.
I'll keep this short because she pretty much said everything. But I will add this. The only ones you see complaining on TikTok about men dating younger women are only the older women who are being told no. And also the older women who always claim how happy they are while being single. Misery loves company and they do want younger women to join them. Shaming men for their preferences is the only defense they got left. But like this young lady said, they're not the one dictating anything. Shaming tactics never work and it never will. It doesn't matter if you feel bitter or not. Truth is, no one cares except you.
Here is a snippet of a daily conversation I have when people ask me what I do for work. Wow, you just moved from Canada? Is it for work? Yeah, it's for work. Wow, so what do you do? I work for the WWE. Wow, that's amazing. So, what do you do for them? Like, what do you mean? Like, are you a ring announcer? Not quite. So, you're a commentator? Nope. So, what else could you do? What else could there possibly be?
A whole bunch of things. Cleaning the toilets, sweeping the floors, selling tickets, or just in your case, just standing there looking dumb. I meant pretty. That was 1 minute long video showing us that you can't even communicate with yourself. Spoiler alert, she's a wrestler. And that could have been a 10 seconds long video. What do you do? I'm a wrestler. But then again, why do that when we can act like a 6-year-old?
So my kids are with their dad this week, and this week is generally the time where I start to kind of get weepy and sad and missing my kids and lonely. You know, I live on a big farm out in the country. I work from home, and it can definitely get lonely. So here's what I do to prevent myself from getting lonely, i.e. desperate, i.e. go back to exes or take dates from men that I would never generally take dates from. I plan my happiness. And I am learning to lean into these self-care routines and home care routines as a way to love myself and as a form of meditation and relaxation. So that's my plan this week. And if you see me crying, just pat me on the back. Tell me it's going to be okay. Because I'm learning and working through it like everybody else.
Good for you. You go ahead and do that, and I will not pat anything. I don't think you get lonely, sad, and weepy because you're obviously planning your happiness. I mean, that obviously works, and you being weepy is just a hobby. How exactly do you plan your happiness though? You just look at the watch and say, yeah, in 15 minutes I'm gonna be happy? I don't know. I'm not sure if it works like that. But you do you.
If he wanted to, he would. But if he would you even want him to?
Yes, you would, but then he wouldn't. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.